off all these siege tanks now. Those drones really desperately trying to run for their lives. There's Wednesday Night
vVv gaming.
All
Another
right.
ZBT coming up on Antigua.
On Antigua, and we'll see.
Repeat.
Yeah, we'll see if this game looks anything like our Crota versus Matron show match that we just missed. If you guys were watching on the stream, if you guys are watching from the videos, I didn't record it unfortunately, but perhaps Matron will cast it. As the game does get underway, xSixMkengyn spawning as the teal Zerg over here at what I will call the 3 o'clock position, and SeoHyeon spawning as the red Terran player here at the 9 o'clock position.
Yeah, so cross positions here, and we said it a few times, SeoHyeon's got to come with a reverse all kill. It looks like maybe these guys have met on ladder today, as SeoHyeon says good luck, have fun, and then again today. So maybe he knows, has a feel from Mkengyn's, basic style, and watching those previous few games, maybe he'll know that cheese probably not going to work early on unless it's perfectly executed. Maybe he wants to get into a macro game, and he knows that Mkengyn is going to be a formidable player in a macro game.
All right, and one thing I would like to say right off the bat, he knows that Mkengyn normally likes to play very, very standard, and with that, he didn't decide to build his first supply depot on the front door. So with that, not building the supply depot on the front door, he's going to have some additional mining time, and we'll see if he goes for a fast command center, which it looks like he is doing, as he is now queuing up 2 additional SCVs.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be going for pretty heavy economy. 4 SCVs right now in the queue, and just made that close supply depot. Like you said, he's going to have an insane economy. Maybe he knows that Zerg player's not going to be too aggressive here. We do see Mkengyn sending out that first scout, so he's going to know exactly what SeoHyeon is doing. Just because SeoHyeon is not going to have any units to defend in the early going, he is saving up those minerals and has enough just right now to throw down that command center.
Alright, so SeoHyeon is getting that command center. As we mentioned, he will have to pull off a couple of SCVs in order to protect that lone SCV trying to build. The drone going to make its way over, scout this out, and with this, xSixMkengyn may try to go for a fast third as well. You can see that the drone does catch the command center. He now catches the barracks there. The drone attacking the barracks instead of the SCV. 2 SCVs coming off the mineral line, and now Mkengyn, he doesn't need to go up that ramp. He pretty much knows and sees everything he needs to see on the front door and is going to retreat.
Yeah, and it's a little bit scary having that that fast expansion go down so quickly from Terran in this matchup, because you don't feel as comfortable taking a quick third as you do against a Protoss player. Obviously, pretty slow Zealots come out for Protoss. They take time, they get cannons up to defend, but Marines come out pretty quickly, and if you throw down that third base quickly as a Zerg player to try to stay up on economy, just 5 or 6 Marines can put a lot of pressure, force a lot of lings out from you. Without speed, they can micro pretty well. So we'll see when he establishes that third. I imagine he will. 2 base versus 2 base, not a position that you want to be in this matchup.
All right, so we'll see what's going to be happening next. xSixMkengyn is sitting on a nice supply lead, now 26 to 28. There are double queens now being trained, so that will definitely help with the production. The units are backing away. Still no gas from either of these players. And since I did get to cast with Gwen from xSix over the weekend, he normally says that his Zerg players hate this map. Even though it is easy to take up 3 bases, it's an impossible 4th in some instances because of the center location here, where there is a high ground at the Xel'Naga Tower, making siege tanks destroy this expansion, or being forced to take an expansion very, very far away.
Yeah, right now no gas out for Mkengyn, so he is sort of playing this one like you would against a Protoss player. Sans the 3rd expansion there and going very heavy minerals, just finally getting his gas, so that's going to leave him unable to get speed and defend against early attacks, especially, like I said, these 5 or 6 Marines now making their way across the field. Marines OP, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage without a lot of lings and without speed as well. Mkengyn has no spine crawler. He does have 4 queens out, so he might be able to defend this pretty easily without creating any more units.
All right, we'll see what's going to happen next. Mkengyn is going to try to set up his third base, but it most likely will get a sacrificial drone. Instead, that drone pretty much has nowhere to run. Already caught out on the wrong side of the base. Down it goes. There is an overlord now trying to run away. Will it be able to get away in time? There is a lot of Marines right underneath it, and Mkengyn may end up getting supply blocked here. This is going to be a huge, huge loss as the overlord does get shot down there. Queen now trying to attack from the high ground. Queen's now making their way from the low ground as well, as the Zerglings are going to catch some Marines in transit once more. The Marines could turn around, do a little bit of firing, doing a nice little bit of splitting up there, and the numbers really in favor of SeoHyeon.
Yeah, not having speed earlier really hurts you. You're able to defend your natural with those queens, but you can't establish a presence on the map without speedlings. You know, these 5 or 6 Marines just worth their weight in gold, delaying that third and now forcing these queens way off of creep. And if SeoHyeon really wanted to, he could just bypass those queens, maybe start taking on the third. We've got more Marines coming across the field, just a constant stream of them. He's added a ton of racks. He's got, was that 7 racks at home? So many Marines coming. Speed only a third of the way done, and SeoHyeon is going to be able to push up into the natural here. We've got Lings on the way, an evolution chamber as well, but I think this might be GG for Mkengyn. He's going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, Mkengyn taking a lot of damage here. Overlord's now taking down as well. You can see that they're now just walking straight up into the main base. Nowhere to run inside here, as the Marines are going to be going after Zerglings, perhaps taking on a couple Queens. Drones now trying to come in as well. The Marines are all packed up into a corner. Beautiful, beautiful play. One Queen now out of range. Drones now coming in. Drones getting sacrificed, already up to 12 kills, as the Marines are now finally going up against some Zerglings, and now even more Marines are going in at the natural. So really, SeoHyeon following this up, this massive Marine King Prime, massive Marine strategy here on Antigua Shipyard, really working out well.
Yeah, and it's just so many Marines. Speed finally finished, so he's going to be able to get a nice surround. Perhaps if he gets enough Lings on these Marines, at the very least, he won't be able to kite as well as he was. But so many Overlords going down as well. Mkengyn really can't afford this. He had very good mineral economy in the early going, but he lost so many Queens there. He lost so many Lings and Drones. He's in a tough spot. There's enough Lings perhaps to clean this up, though SeoHyeon is in a really nice spot, continues to micro. A nice surround comes out from Mkengyn, so he will be able to clean this up, but the damage has been done. SeoHyeon pulls back. He's up 64 to 46, and that's typically the supply that you'd see in the going the other ways. Zerg typically up 20 supply a little bit later into the game, but SeoHyeon, a huge advantage. He's already getting up his third, it looks like, adding so many racks, going to be up to 9 in a moment, and all of his gas for upgrades.
All right, but right now SeoHyeon does need to transition into something else. You see the Baneling's Nest now coming in. There is a lot of Marines. All these Zerglings just gonna run straight into a group of Marines. That is not good news whatsoever. A lot of Queens were taken down. We are now down to 2 Queens, only a third Queen now being trained. You can see that xSixMkengyn does have a third base, so he is not too bad in terms of larva. And I think if SeoHyeon had actually shut down that third base instead of just trying to move into the natural, that may have been a little bit of a better move. I don't think SeoHyeon knows about the natural or the third base of xSixMkengyn yet, and he may overplay his hand.
And a lot of Banelings coming out. That's the perfect response here to these Marines, especially without stim on creep. And nice creep spread from Mkengyn here. He got those early Queens out. He's able to spread that creep. No scans went down to prevent it. So Banelings here against slow Marines on creep. Definitely a recipe for success if you're a Zerg player. But look how many Marines are here, Curto. Already 48 Marines on the map. This is just insane. If SeoHyeon is able to micro, split, and take minimal damage from all these Banelings, he's going to have a powerful punch about to hit Mkengyn.
All right, so we'll see what's going to be happening next. Combat Shield looks like it will be completing shortly. I believe the Combat Shield doesn't make a difference in terms of trying to hit splashing up against Marines. Right. It's still going to be 2 Banelings for a group of Marines. We are going into double engineering bays now, and we are going into a 4th expansion by SeoHyeon at the gold. So now really taking control of the center king of the hill. He knows that most likely Mutalisks are not going to be coming into play. There's that macro hatch that I say all xSix players really like after Sleep was brought on board from Korea. And we'll see what's going to be happening now as Banelings and Zerglings are in position to perhaps roll out and do a bit of damage.
Stim is about to hit in about 50 seconds. Oh, wow, stim takes a long time. But yeah, so once that hits, Baneling speed is not going to be done in time, so he's going to have a small opportunity with stim and no Baneling speed to really combat these Banelings, do a nice job splitting, and now Mkengyn sees how many Marines there really are. SeoHyeon sort of pre-splitting a little bit here, and he definitely needs to keep up with the splitting and the micro. He cannot be surprised here by these Banelings. He's heavily invested in these Marines, so he needs to protect them.
All right, so yeah, 68 Marines here. There is the scanner sweep trying to clean up some creep tumors. Creep tumors are all going to fall now. Another creep tumor does go down. Another scanner sweep taking down even more of these creep tumors again. As the Banelings still don't have speed, the timing is going to be really, really bad here. Banelings now trying to run in. Marines already split up rather nicely. And SeoHyeon taking tremendous losses here, and more Marines are going to have to split up. Are we going into a planetary fortress? Yes, but it may be too little too late, as the Zerglings now chasing after these Marines in midfield.
Yeah, especially with Baneling speed now done. There's 5 Banelings still left, so they're going to be able to take on all comers. They might even be able to take on this command center. Zerglings will start on that, and SeoHyeon really just out-upgraded there. 1-1 Lings were complete before the 1-1 just now finally completing for SeoHyeon, so Mkengyn sort of wrestles back that supply lead, up about 30 supply at this point.
All right, one thing I am rather curious about, I do know that there is a factory in play, since we do have medevacs, but we don't have a single siege tank as of yet. SeoHyeon now finally training up some siege tanks, no siege tech on the way. Zerglings looking to perhaps get underneath that command center. There are Banelings in position as well. Infestors now coming in. xSixMkengyn coming back very nicely at 78 drones now compared to 58 SCVs.
And he's also taking his own gold. That's pretty important, since SeoHyeon does have that 4th command center. He hasn't been able to land it though, so Mkengyn sort of takes back map control. He's got the upgrade advantage. He's got 2-2 about to finish, and just 1-1 right now for SeoHyeon. So yeah, SeoHyeon is going to be establishing this planetary fortress now. If this gets up and running, it could definitely get him back in this one. Already we see he is rebounding a little bit in terms of supply, but there are infestors out. A few good fungals could really change things here for Mkengyn.
All right, we'll see what's going to happen here. Fungal growth does land. Another fungal landing. Medevacs, Marines trying to come in. Siege tank does not have siege mode. Command center now down to 300 hit points. Needs to land, be repaired, as the infestors are all trying to run away. Again, what is going on, as there's an infestor now on the high ground. Siege tank now needs to repair, or no, not be repaired, now needs to siege up. The planetary fortress didn't need to cancel, and it's going to be important to see if this planetary fortress does get up and running.
Yeah, it looks like it's about halfway done, so it should get up before the next attack hits by Mkengyn here, though. Here come the Lings. Again, they are 2-2. Hive is on the way for Mkengyn. It looks like he will be hitting this gold, taking down a lot of SCVs there. Basically, just trading Zerglings for SCVs, a good trade at this point in the game, but SeoHyeon is ahead in supply. He does have that gold established. At this point, he's got Siege Tech and a number of tanks out as well, so he's going to be able to take on the Zergling Baneling composition that Mkengyn has. We see a big drop coming into the main of Mkengyn. Whether SeoHyeon is able to take down some important tech buildings will remain to be seen, but he has to do some sort of damage here. There's actually a siege tank here doing a ton of damage in the main mineral line. At the same point, SeoHyeon is moving towards the gold of Mkengyn, hoping to damage his economy there.
All right, so get a trade, just try to hit in 2 bases at once. There is a fungal growth. I believe the infestor may get taken down. The infestor trying to run away, slower off of creep. Now the infestor is a little bit faster once more, moving as fast as a stimmed marine. Down it goes, and Overlord will get taken down. The hatchery looks like it will fall. And wow, beautiful, beautiful split play. But SeoHyeon going to lose all of his medevacs. 143 versus 94 now.
Yeah, that was a crazy play by SeoHyeon. The 2-prong attack there, bringing a siege tank in that main attack was brilliant. So often we see drops pretty much cleaned up by Banelings and by just regular Lings, but a siege tank, that thing had 25 kills before it died. There's the GG from Mkengyn. He just took too much damage in that brilliant play by SeoHyeon. And now it is 3-1. SeoHyeon on his way, 1 game into a reverse all kill.
All right, that